Okay, this is one that, feel free to just keep talking. I asked you this the other night privately. Share your memories of Martin Logan's beginnings. It's my understanding that he and Gail were good friends and were both up and coming at the same time.
Well, that's sort of true, but not entirely true, because Carver Corporation was already in existence, and we were in the business and selling when Gail Sanders decided to make his electrostatic loudspeaker. And he made it. He made his electrostatic loudspeaker, and it sounded great. It was a wonderful speaker, but it broke. They all broke. And he called me up one day, or I called him. Oh no, I called him, because I was going to make the Amazing, and I wasn't sure if I wanted it to be a ribbon or an electrostatic ribbon. So I went out and visited Gail, and he was down in the dumps because all of his loudspeakers were broken. They were sitting in his kitchen and in his living room and in his bathroom and in his bedroom, all these broken electrostatic speakers, and he didn't have the money to repair them. So I loaned him the money, and he got them all fixed or replaced them. And I brought home an electrostatic ribbon that we made there on the spot together. And I was still at that time uncertain whether I'd go with a magnetic ribbon or an electrostatic ribbon. But that was the Gail Sanders, that was my meeting with Gail Sanders and my early involvement. Subsequent to that, I designed a flat panel woofer for him, electrostatic. And it was big, and we took it to the show, and everybody kept saying, well, aren't the voltages too high? Their dealers came in, and the representatives came in and said, aren't the voltages too high? I said, no, watch, it's perfectly safe. So I went and put my tongue on the front stator element, and there was like thousands of volts there, but I knew it was well insulated, so I didn't feel a thing. And the press was there, and they took pictures, and they just about fainted on the spot, because they thought I was going to kill myself. So Gail and I had we had a good time together. Once he got all of those speakers fixed, he started making money, and he paid me back. He sent me back all the money that I loaned him. And I've loaned money to people in my lifetime, and he's really more or less the only person who's really paid me back.
So he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a really good guy. He is really a good guy.
Okay, at this point, I'd like to introduce to anybody else that has a question. Go ahead and ask.
Bob, you made some mention earlier about a patent to somebody, and so that kind of raised the question in my mind that I don't know too much about what you did before, like the cube time frame, where you went to school, how many patents you have wound up with, or anything like that. Can you just give us a little history that we don't know?
Well, I went to high school in California at Beverly Hills High School, and then I went to college at the University of Washington, and then I did my graduate work at the University of British Columbia and California at San Diego, and I spent a little time teaching at Berkeley, and then after that I came back to the University of Washington, and that's how I got started building amplifiers. And how many patents I have is, let's see, how many patents? I think I have, I'm not sure, I think I have between 25 and 30, something like that.
Can I ask you a question about one of them?
Yes.
I just did. You had a laser speaker to where when you're walking in a museum, you can hear it. When you're looking at the display, but when you're walking by, you can't hear it. Have you done anything with that?
No. Dropped it.
Okay.
Why? Can't remember actually why. I can barely remember the speaker.
It was innovative. I was very impressed with the thought of that.
Yeah.
I just wondered what happened to it. 'Cause you have a patent.
Actually, it really wasn't a laser speaker. What it was an ultrasonic speaker, and it required to have a detector, requires a nonlinear element. And so the nonlinear element was your eardrum. But the levels were too intense, and it just didn't sound very good.
So Somebody's head exploding.
Yeah, it makes your head explode. You walk by and your head explodes.
So you can't
It
stick,
oozes out of your ears ooze out.
you can't stick your tongue to it.
No, you can't. That's right.